Hello. I didn't just finish. Today is Thursday, but Tuesday I finished my fourth week of classes, which is my first month of classes. So I just kind of wanted to recap for myself and so I can look back and see, like, okay, the first month is done. Like, this is where I'm at from the first day. And then see in a couple more weeks how it's going, like month by month by month, maybe. Yeah. So, uh, I'm still overwhelmed. I am not crying every day like I was the first 2 weeks of classes. That was hard. It's gotten a little bit better, but it's still really hard. Like, the thing is, like, when I came to grad school, I thought I would be okay with Korean because general Korean, like, I can for the most part follow along without too many issues. Yeah, I may not pick up specific things, but like I get enough where I can follow along with no problems and can get the general idea of what's going on. But that didn't happen when I got here. Like, literally everything that we learn is just stuff I've never heard in my life. It is not anything that I've ever seen in a Korean university textbook. It's not topics that are taught in language school, nothing. So I basically walked into a situation where I'm like thrown in the deep end of the ocean and they're like, swim for your life, don't die. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Um, Everything is new. Like every other word on the page is like some technical term related to psychology or medicine or social welfare that I've never even heard of in my life. Even in English, like some of this stuff I don't know, I'm not aware of. So to not even be really aware of it in English and then now really not aware of it in Korean, it's been really, really difficult. Um, the only saving grace really is the fact that my classmates and my teachers are so nice. Like they're so so nice and helpful and they're patient with me when I don't understand and when I butcher my Korean in class speaking, like they're really like understanding, like I'm trying really hard. And the thing is I can feel that my effort is being seen. Like even if I'm not the best, even if I'm not great, like everybody appreciates that I'm putting in like my full effort. I feel like my Korean is getting better for sure. Like it's not quickly getting better. Like every day I'm picking up like words though. Like every single day I'm learning words. When I'm reading my textbooks or when we have lectures in class, like I'm getting words and I realize that like from week to week there's like more that I understood than the week before. Like I still don't understand everything because like they're 3 hour classes, so in the whole 3 hours, like I can get the general idea of what's going on, but I have to come back home and I have to look up theories and I have to look up methods and things like this. It's just stuff that is really unfamiliar territory, so I have to make myself more familiar with these kinds of topics in Korean. Because really, without knowing specific, like major related vocabulary, it's just too hard. Um, and it's too hard to try to quickly get it all out of nowhere. Um, so basically, with homework, what I'm doing is the classes that have shorter readings per week, I'm reading those in Korean and just looking up the words. I'm not translating because I don't use Papago. I'm using Naver Dictionary to look up the word in English and then writing out what the word means in English and then writing the definition in Korean so I can see how to explain the word in Korean. Um, in my classes where I have over 120 pages of Korean to read each week, I translate it. I translate those research articles. Luckily, like I do keep the research articles because when the semester ends, I want to go back through and work through them. But mentally, I am not capable of reading that much in Korean every week write essays in Korean every week, and sleep. I have 5 classes altogether. Two are online only, and the other three are physical classes. I have homework in these classes every week. I have to read a bunch of research in these classes every week. And it's just not enough time in the day to be able to read all these research articles in Korean, uh, write all these essays in Korean because I need to write essays and prepare debates every week in Korean as well. Practice reading them all in Korean so that I could present them without like looking crazy. It was way too overwhelming, and the first couple weeks I was trying to do everything in Korean and I wasn't sleeping. Like I literally was going to sleep at like 6 or 7 a.m. and waking up like a couple hours later to get back up and study all day again. This is not healthy and is not sustainable over time. By like week 2, I couldn't even get out of bed. Like I felt like I was dying. I was crying all the time. Like I'm like I can't do this. I want to go home. This is too hard. Um but by switching the way that I approach the homework and being okay with myself using English for translating the really long articles, I think that gave me a bit of a break because now I can at least sleep a bit to focus on what I need to study. Um, but at the same time, like I felt really defeated. Like I'm really like, I have to get the Korean. I have to know the Korean. I have to be able to be just like the Korean students. But I've come to the realization I'm not like the Korean students. I can't be like the Korean students, and I shouldn't force myself to be like Korean students. Like, I just can't study the way they study, and that's okay because for them, like, it takes 3 hours to go through a research paper. For me, it takes 3 days, and 3 days and 3 hours, like, there's just a way different in that. And it sucks, but it is what it is. And I feel like by next semester, I'll be more acclimated to things. Also, this is my very first semester here, and all of my classmates, they've been through a semester of grad school. So they know how things work, they know how to do things, and they're helping me to understand. But still, like, I didn't know how things work. So I'm just getting used to everything now. I've gotten to a point where, okay, class is going okay. I'm getting a bit better and understanding things, but still mostly lost. Um, but it's more manageable now than before, if that makes sense. As far as like social life goes, there is no social life. Like, really, there's not. And I'm okay with that. Like, I don't have the time. That sounds really bad. Uh, but I don't. I don't have time to socialize and have friends right now because I have very clear goals that I want to achieve before graduation, and I have goals for my life post graduation that I want to achieve. And in order to do those things, like for now, I have to make small sacrifices. And because I want to do well in school, like this first semester, like I really have to focus and I really have to work on my academic Korean skills, but also like I have to work through my classes really well if I want to do well, because for me to graduate and to get a job in my major, like it's going to be really hard. I have to be really fantastic in order to do this. And I don't think it's impossible because I don't believe that anything is impossible. My mom always says that if you want something, then let everybody tell you. If you want something, let everybody tell you that you can't do it, but show them why you can do it. Like, she always believed that for me, if I wanted to do something, it doesn't matter what everybody else says. If I want to do it, I can do it. Why can't I do it? So that's the thing. So I have this mentality going in that even if it's hard, it's hard. But it's not going to be hard forever. And if I really want it, why can't I? Like, what is saying that I can't do this? That's the thing. So Other than that, though, like, I think I sound tired, I know, and I may look like I'm not okay, but I'm actually okay. And secondly, I am really tired. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted right now. But I am okay, and my life at my university is really comfortable, thankfully. Like, I'm grateful for my university. My department is fantastic. My teachers are fantastic. My classmates are the absolute best, because even though like I have really hard days in class and I struggle really hard, like, we all eat lunch together. We all order and we eat food together, and then after class, like, we all sit in the office and like eat more food, and we talk about just everything, and it's really good. Like, it's really a good environment to make the struggle of classes harder. So that's the thing. I really can't complain, and my dorm is really comfortable and quiet too. So yeah, but we'll see. Midterms are next month. I actually don't have midterms except for one. There's one class I do have a midterm, and it's the hardest class. It's my favorite class, but it's also the hardest class. Community mental health. It's really such a good class. I really am so interested in this topic, and I really like it, but it's a hard class to understand. Even listening to the recordings over and over again, it's so hard to understand, and the teacher doesn't give notes. It's just like two PowerPoint slides. That's it. And it's like, okay, there you go. And it's the only class I have a midterm in. The other two, I have projects and reports to do, which is okay. Projects and reports, I can do it. One, I'm doing a group project on teenage runaways with two of my classmates, and the other one, I haven't decided the topic yet, but I need to decide the topic by like this coming week. I want to do the therapy option. So in my prevention class, we have the option to do multiple topics, and I want to do mine where I adapt a psychological therapy treatment method, adapt it to fit other cultures, which was the project. Like, how can you adapt this therapy model to fit another culture? And yeah, there's more to it, and I'll probably make a video explaining it later. So yeah, but that's it. Yeah, that's it. First month is done. I am still here. I did not pack my bags and go home, thank God. um and we'll see what happens from here. I will probably, yeah, I'll probably make a video midterms, because the holiday is coming up and there's not much left before midterms, really. Midterms is like in 2-3 weeks. I'll probably make another video then. So, an update. I will make other videos, but I will probably make another update then. So, yeah, if you lasted this long, thank you. Bye.